The truth is, जो हमारा system है, it's not designed the way it has been for men. Her voice will get dismissed in a room full of men in suits. Uska opinion जो होगा, it will be met with distaste because why? Because she's a woman. So women have come to me in my DMs. They've shared that women in power वो बहुत extra harsh होती हैं दूसरी औरतों के साथ. But I tell them that these women in power, they actually are preparing you for the real world. क्योंकि जो corporate की दुनिया है, जो professional दुनिया है, it's not an easy feat. It's more multi-layered. This is bigger than what you see from your eyes.
Welcome to In Sync, a podcast about the lives we all want to really live and figuring out how to get there. Hi everyone, welcome back to In Sync. I'm your host, Anmol Irfan. With the news being so heavy recently, we wanted to give you all a little bit of a break and think of In Sync as a safe space to discuss all sorts of issues. So our guest today is someone you may already be familiar with from her podcast Dear Body, which she launched in 2022 to explore body image, societal expectations, and gendered stereotypes in Pakistan. Alongside being a podcast host, Sarosh Ibrahim is a Lahore-based digital creator and communications professional. Through her content, she fosters conversations around body positivity and challenges societal norms affecting Pakistani women. Sarosh also serves as a senior communications officer at WWF Pakistan, blending her passion for storytelling with environmental advocacy. And when we talk about intentional living at InSync, what's more intentional than loving and understanding the body that you live in and are born with? So Sarosh, we are so excited to have you here today and talk about something that I think is so important to women across the globe.
Thank you so much for this lovely intro and for having me here and for giving me your space to talk about certain topics that are very close to my heart.
We are so excited to be talking to you about this. Personally, I've always felt like we don't talk about our bodies the right way enough. And it's not just our bodies, right? Like that links to so much more. And that's something that you cover in your work as well. So I can't wait to delve into that. But right before we do that, Sarosh, tell our listeners a little bit about yourself. What gets you out of bed in the morning?
A little bit about myself. That's always such a tricky question, even though it's such a simple one. But to answer the latter question that you asked, what gets me out of bed, I think it's so wild to me that more than half of my friends are people who are not really morning people, and they're so it's always an exciting sight for them to witness me so excited and just pumped up every single morning, because I look forward to the day. I look forward to contributing in any small manner. I am an overthinker, and that comes with me wanting to plan out my entire day, me wanting to incorporate things in within every hour of the day. So it's not just since I do work full time, I'm committed to that, but at the same time I'm just like, what about the hours afterwards? I want to do something. I want to be it comes with I will not endorse this lifestyle, but that's just how I am. That's just how I've always been. तो मैं तो रोज सुबह रेडी होती हूँ, out and about, just wanting to do things. मैं बहुत plan out करती हूँ अपना दिन कि मैंने रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में क्या क्या करना है. If I have to record a video, I'll set a time for it. If I have to talk about certain something, I'll just like list it down and then I'll plan it accordingly. And that also goes for my work. I think I've been blessed enough to work in spaces where I can contribute, and this is something that I've always wanted to do from a very young age, is to just play a very impactful role, and I'm very more than grateful for that.
I don't know about the rest of our listeners, but I feel very seen right now because I am a morning person and I'm an overthinker and overplanner. And it's so nice to have someone on the podcast finally who is a morning person. Most people I ask this to are like, we don't want to get out of bed in the morning. We are not morning people. And I think that's a very creative thing. Most creatives aren't. But I enjoy that, and I like that there's someone else who plans all of these things and is excited to think about what they're doing. And yes, I agree, it comes with, I think, a certain level of burnout sometimes when we're...
Yeah, it does. I think I'm currently experiencing one. So I would like to talk about it a bit. So because I mentioned earlier कि इसके repercussions भी होते हैं, and that's why I don't endorse this lifestyle where you have to plan out every single day. And I think it's completely valid to have certain days where you don't feel like getting out of the bed, and you should not be pushing yourself on those days, because recently I did that. So the entire week has been extremely harsh. I've been pushing myself. I've been there's a lot going on online for me as well as offline, and it's been tough, and I was very harsh towards my body. I was constantly pushing myself, and a very ugly episode happened at work where my hand just started shaking uncontrollably, and I realized that that was my body responding to the way I have been projecting it to this emotional, physical toll that it's taken on finally, और वो आपकी body फिर आपको respond करती है. And that's why it's okay. I feel like it's okay to not plan out your day and every single day. It's okay to not be productive on certain days. It's okay to just let go. So on some level I wish, and I had taken a break from work, which I didn't. I pushed myself. I was like, I can do it. I can do anything. I think women can relate to this concept more, because we're constantly pushing ourselves. We have to be overachievers. We have to excel. We have to be good at everything. And उसके पीछे a fair share of reasons हैं, and why we are the way we are and why we have to overachieve. But I think kabhi now it's good to just sit back, relax, and not push your body, not push your mind to do things. And at the same time, it's okay to be productive and plan your day.
Yeah, I definitely think a balance is necessary. But what you said about, this specifically hitting women is so important, because I think there's so many myths around women, whether they're in the home space or the workspace, whatever they're doing in life. It's like even now when we're seeing this shift to like a quote unquote soft girl era, that sort of away from women like yourself who do want to plan and who are hardworking and who want to do all of that. And I've never understood why we need to fit into these stereotypes, right? Like women have to do it all. They have to be soft, but they still have to be leaders. And this reminds me of this myth that we see where, the woman has to be a boss and she has to be in a position of power, but she can never be bossy, and she has to be at home and she has to listen to people. But then why is she giving in? Or why is she not being a good enough parent? Or why is she not taking time out for herself? And I'd love to know how you're addressing these issues in your work, because I think this really internally impacts so many women with their own self-esteem and the decisions they make about their lives.
I completely hear you. I might not be in, so I want to elaborate a bit upon this, even though this is not coming from solely a personal experience, because I'm not at that position of power in a professional setup. But just when I look at it, when I look at the bigger picture, when we look at this myth that you brought up of the female boss being bossy, and I'm speaking to all genders here, we're looking at it from the perspective built off of our personal experience. So जब कोई मेरे पास आके मुझे कहता है कि believe me, I've had horrible experience working under a female boss, वो immediately assume करते हैं that I'm living in this bubble, I'm untouched by experiences of the world. But first, I want to keep the personal aside here. I want to talk about the power dynamics, which are particular to our Pakistani society. So, एक पाकिस्तानी औरत का experience, जब एक औरत अपना professional journey शुरू करती है, उसके जो रोज़मर्रा के battles हैं, they will differ from a man. Her voice will get dismissed in a room full of men in suits. Uska opinion जो होगा, it will be met with distaste. Because why? Because she's a woman. She will put extra hard work, like I brought up earlier. She will have to overcompensate simply on the basis of her gender. So suppose you are going through these tests, tribulations, you finally reach that position. Now you are someone who's prepared to offer mentorship to others to reach where she is one day. So women have come to me in my DMs. They've shared that women in power वो बहुत extra harsh होती हैं दूसरी औरतों के साथ. But I tell them that these women in power, they actually are preparing you for the real world. क्योंकि जो corporate की दुनिया है, जो professional दुनिया है, it's not an easy feat. And for women, the truth is, जो हमारा system है, it's not designed the way it has been for men. So when these women in power, when they mentor you, they prepare you. They prepare you for every individual, they prepare you for every scenario, they prepare you for every test, everything that you can think of. फिर उसके अलावा लोग मुझे आके कहते हैं कि फिर अगर ये बात है तो फिर वो फेलो औरतों को क्यों नहीं सपोर्ट करती, उनको आगे लेके आएं, उनको सपोर्ट करें, उनकी साइड लें, उनको उनको भी उस पोजीशन पे आने का मौका दें. मैं फिर उनको कहती हूँ दैट यू नो इट्स मोर मल्टी लेयर्ड, दिस इज़ बिगर देन व्हाट यू सी फ्रॉम योर आइज. यहाँ पे बहुत सारी पॉसिबिलिटीज हो सकती हैं. क्या ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है, व्हाट इफ शी डज नॉट हैव द रिसोर्सेज टू पुश यू फॉरवर्ड एंड कीप हर पोजीशन एट द सेम टाइम. मैंने ना अपने लेट 20s में ये चीज़ रियलाइज़ की, जब लोग मुझे कहा करते थे कि अडल्टिंग बहुत ट्रिकी होती है, आपके 20s बहुत चैलेंजिंग होते हैं, क्योंकि जो ये आप ट्रांजिशन से गुजरते हो फ्रॉम एक्सपीरियंसिंग द वार्मथ ऑफ योर होम, द ब्लिस अटैच्ड टू इट, और सडनली यू नो you're in this corporate sector, you're stepping into the professional space, सब कुछ आपकी प्लेट पे आपको नहीं मिल रहा. You actually have to earn every single relationship, every single friendship, every single professional feat. You have to earn it, and it can be very challenging emotionally and on so many other levels. So आसान अल्फाजों में कहूँगी कि तरह तरह के लोग मिलेंगे आपको, तरह तरह के एक्सपीरियंसेस होंगे. किसी को जेंडर के बेसिस पे जब आप कसूरवार ठहराते हो ना, तो दैट्स एक्सट्रीमली डेंजरस, बिकॉज विद वुमेन दे आर ऑलरेडी मार्जिनलाइज्ड. सो उनके साथ जब आप ये स्टीरियोटाइप्स अटैच करते हो विदाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग द कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी ऑफ देयर जर्नी, it can actually further weaken their position in society.
Keep getting stuck. I think even as women, like it's so important to have the conversation that me and you are having, right? For us,
Yeah.
for everyone who's listening, who I hope will benefit from it, because we need this reminder that we don't need to be stuck in these boxes, that we don't need to compete with other women, and that we also just need to be kinder to other women. I really
Correct.
hate what we hear constantly around us कि औरत ही औरत की सबसे बड़ी दुश्मन है. And this is something that women even say, you know, older women around me, they've propagated this
Yes.
for so long, and that's what makes us, and you know, even someone like me, when I was a kid, I would very proudly say that, oh, I'm friends with boys.
I did that
don't have
too.
too many female
Yeah.
friends. And I feel bad about that now. It's okay if I had interests that were different from the girls in my class. Not everyone has to be the same, you know. But
Yes.
how do we break out of this myth? Because I still see people, forget older women, I see women in our generation saying this also, and it really hurts me.
Yes, it can be painful, it can be sad, you just feel helpless, you feel like you don't have a choice. You try to reason with people, आप उनसे conversation करते हो. This is exactly why we have these spaces online or offline भी, so that we can, you know, have these conversations with an open mind. I think yeah, I've mostly had conversations with young people, and मेरा भी यही opinion, मेरा भी यही experience रहा है. And I think what I've observed is that we're a part of that generation where we have to break free from a lot of stereotypes which are deeply rooted. And किसी चीज़ को जड़ से खींचना, imagine the amount of force, imagine the amount of manpower that would require, and I think that's extremely hard. Then personally speaking, I've not just at home but amongst my friend circle, amongst the people in my professional space, amongst people online, when I talk about certain topics, I receive all sorts of backlash, not just online but also offline. I mean, the people closest to me, they differ when it comes to the opinion I hold for certain topics, and it can be a lot. आपको समझ नहीं आ रही होती at that moment कि मेरे अपने लोग इस तरह सोच रहे हैं, मैं किस तरह सोच बदलूंगी. It's just you know, and in those moments, when I look at other people talking about it, when I look at other women talking about it, it gives me hope that there's so many people now, especially women, that are openly discussing certain topics, जहाँ पे especially ये जैसे concept है औरत ही औरत की दुश्मन होती है, या और भी इतने concepts हैं which are connected to it. And I think फिर मुझे वहाँ पे थोड़ी तसल्ली हो जाती है that, you know, I'm not alone here, that there are people, that there are women who are talking about it so fearlessly. with so much passion in their voice, with so much confidence within them. क्योंकि many I've seen a lot of women even up until their late 40s who self-doubt their own decisions. एक चीज़ एक moment पे बोलेंगे, after 10 minutes they're going to be in this circle of they're going to वो spiral state होता है कि ओ नहीं मैं शायद गलत कह रही हूँ, शायद मुझे चुप हो जाना चाहिए, शायद मुझे back off कर देना चाहिए अपने इस view से, अपने इस comment से, maybe I should change my mind, because that's how we've been raised. Are nothing against both genders here. I will talk about men as well, but the way men are raised with such confidence, with such because they get to, from a very young age, they get to explore not just the matters of the house, they get to explore the space outside. That's not the same case for women. वो डोमेस्टिक अपने एक डोमेस्टिक स्पेस में बहुत कुछ उनका रिवील हो जाता है उनके सामने, बट दैट्स नॉट द केस फॉर देम आउटसाइड. तो इट्स अ वेरी टफ बैटल. इसमें उनकी कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं होती उनके अंदर. उनको उनके उनके टॉपिक्स आप देखा करें किन दैट आर ऑफ utmost concern to them, their weight, a marriage, बहुत लिमिटेड टॉपिक्स हैं. motherhood, no one talks about their professional goals, no one talks about their education, no one talks about their viewpoints. You will not expect, okay, men have this space जहाँ पे वो खुल के टॉपिक्स पे बात कर सकते हैं. पॉलिटिक्स होगी, हमारी सोसाइटी होगी, औरतों के ऐसे टॉपिक्स नहीं होते. यू योरसेल्फ मस्ट हैव बीन अ पार्ट ऑफ सो मेनी सर्कल्स जहाँ पे औरतें इन टॉपिक्स पे बात नहीं करती क्योंकि उनको वो स्पेस दी ही नहीं in the first place to talk about certain subjects. So it's very complex because I can bring up so many things here, but the thing is I can't. I have this thing, maybe it's personal in nature, but I have this thing where I just do not want to give up. I do not want to stop talking about certain things because I know what the 14-year-old Sarosh or the 18-year-old Sarosh was made to go through, and I don't want any other Sarosh to grow up in that environment or hold such views, which is why I talk about it. I don't care if I don't have a large group of people who are listening to me. Even if it's just one girl, that's more than enough for me at the end of the day, because I don't want any girl to no longer feel alone with her doubts, with her misconceptions, with her stereotypes, with the myths attached to her. So the thing is, just hold on to that hope, keep it alive within you, because you're no longer alone. आप online भी देख लें, बेशक offline उस तरह से नहीं होगा, but online भी अगर आप देख रही हैं, there's a boom of people who are openly talking about a lot of subjects, and just hold on to that.
Yeah, and I think what social media has done is when you talk about, the spaces that women have been allowed to access historically and
Yeah.
throughout generations in Desi societies, I think social media has sort of changed that, while at the same
Yeah.
time still maintaining those restrictions, because women do face online gender-based violence. They are told, why are you putting your face on there? Or,
Yes.
this is a big issue now. But you're still someone who is reclaiming that space for yourself. You built a community online for yourself. What has that journey looked like, for someone who might be scared of putting themselves out there, who might have the same motivations as you? What would your advice be to them? And what are the challenges that you can share that you faced in creating this sort of public space for yourself online?
For me personally, it has been multi-layered because yes, I always intended to talk about body-related issues as a Pakistani woman, and slowly it moved on to not just gender, but I talked about history, and there were so many things. और फिर I think वो बहुत vast हो गए. There were a sea of topics, but initially when I started, I was quite comfortable. I don't remember focusing a lot on what I looked like online when I put myself out there, up until people actively started pinpointing about my weight or what I get to pick from the dinner table. And that's when I started to doubt myself a lot. If I'm going to put myself out there, are people going to simply ignore my viewpoints on a certain topic and focus on how I look? And I think I still carry that part within me. It just does not disappear all of a sudden. There are days where it increases, there are days where it just completely is numb and silent. So that is something that was a big challenge for me, and I think women tend to experience that more. I've seen so many women who do not put themselves out there online because they are afraid that there's this fear. I don't think fear would be the right word, but um, there's just women are raised in an environment जहाँ पे हम बहुत insecure हो जाते हैं, especially about our bodies. It's less about कि लोग हमारे views के बारे में क्या कहेंगे, but more about कि लोग हमारे चेहरे के बारे में क्या कहेंगे या लोग हमारी bodies के बारे में क्या कहेंगे. And so that was a big challenge for me, but then I had to go on this journey on my own. I had to seek help, and I had to work really hard to educate myself on topics all by myself. And so I and then I thought to myself, अगर मैंने ये खुद के लिए कर लिया, why can't I offer my space to talk about these things with other people so that they do not feel hesitant to put themselves out there online? Because the trajectory for men and women online is poles apart. जिस तरह का content औरतें generate करती है, the topics they touch upon, the comments they receive, the emotional toll, the balancing of life online and offline, there are many pointers जो उनकी checklist पे होते हैं when you are someone who wants to be on that journey. So keep that in mind, because I remember when so there was an era when you would just put pictures on Instagram and there used to be very long captions. And I used to treat my Instagram space as a blog account where I would share these long captions detailing my life, certain snippets from my life, and these were very realistic. Obviously, I was putting my life out there, and very realistic interactions at home regarding my body. And I remember my friend once came up to me and she went, I think you're very brave for putting your life out there online. And she was very proud of me, and for a second it jolted me a little bit, thinking कि इसमें इतनी unusual बात क्या है? Why is it that a woman putting her life out there, sharing her experiences online is something जिसको no disrespect to, I really appreciated the fact that my friend offered these words of encouragement, but just the fact that मैंने थोड़ा सोचा उसको, थोड़ा expand किया उसके ऊपर कि why is it something जिसको इतना accentuate किया जा रहा है और mention किया जा रहा है कि एक औरत अपने views online share कर रही है. और फिर जब slowly moving on, जब मैंने थोड़ा सा I remember when I was working somewhere else before WWF, when I would talk about politics or social issues, I recognize that it is gendered. This issue is severely gendered. When women talk about it, I believe it has changed a bit, but back then बहुत gendered था कि औरतें जब politics के बारे में बात करेंगी उसको डिफरेंट तरीके से देखा जाएगा, उसको स्नब किया जाएगा, उसको उस तरह एक्नॉलेज नहीं किया जाएगा, versus when a man talks about these issues which are political in nature. So for me, it's been such a complex journey क्योंकि हर मोड़ पे in your because I started very young. I don't even remember. I started very young. I think I was a teenager. मैंने अपनी journey वहाँ से शुरू की, and navigating your early 20s, now late 20s. My late 20s look very different. I'm experiencing things for the very first time, whether it is related to my body, whether it is related to mental health issues, whether it is related to how I navigate comments, because very recently I've started getting a high amount of traffic on my content, which was never the case, and I was like they say very underrated, and itne zyada I had a very small space, and but now slowly I'm experiencing a lot of input, a lot of comments from all sorts of people, from all sorts of ages, both men and women, and to navigate that has been a challenge in itself, but like I mentioned before, I'm just getting started.
I think it's amazing that you've been able to navigate all of that, because like you said, it's so easy to get bogged down in the comments, and women are perceived very differently. And I think one of the things that's so difficult for women to put themselves out there publicly is that even in 2025 it just becomes about our body.
Yes,
I know that's something that you focus on a lot, so I really wanted to talk about this as well. This obsession with how we look, lose weight, gain weight, patli, and then we're always talking about dieting and always talking about exercise. And it just gets so problematic because we are really dumbing ourselves down to the way that we look. So for anyone who who hasn't had the chance to hear Dear Body or isn't too familiar with your work, tell me a little bit about how you address these issues.
So I personally had to go through this journey all by myself, like I mentioned earlier, to be able to understand a lot of things. What does the word diet mean for me? What does exercising look like for me? What does the concept of losing weight or gaining weight look like for me? Because I was someone who weighed close to 100 kgs and I was too fat back then. And when I dropped 20 kgs, I was all of a sudden people were like, बहुत पतली हो गई हो, मुंह बहुत छोटा हो गया. So navigating all of that, I was a bit confused. कि what does the society want from me? What does it expect from me? And it infuriated me at the same time, thinking that I'm spending most of my energy, my time focusing on my body when I want to focus on my education and later on my profession, in my professional journey. And so it was very tricky for me. It was very taxing emotionally, and then I was like, and I had a brief time period where I did not have a job. So I've always worked. I think I started working when I was doing my bachelor's. I was working part time. Then when I did my MPhil, I was also working part time. And right after I was done with my MPhil, I had a brief break of 2 months, and I had nothing to do. And me being the productive self that I am, where I have to do something, I decided, okay, let's just start talking about my journey. मैं अपनी जर्नी के बारे में बात करना चाहती हूँ, मैं एक्सरसाइज के बारे में बात करना चाहती हूँ, मैं डाइट कल्चर के बारे में बात करना चाहती हूँ. Because I was looking at all I was looking at was white women online talking about their experience, and no shade to them, that experience is limited to them, their lifestyle, their society, their history even. And हमारी history बहुत different है. How we look at bodies, how we look at clothing items, how we look at the foods we consume, our relationship with our mothers, our relationship with our aunts, वो बहुत vary करता है from the experience of a white woman. So I was like, I want what is going to set apart the when it came to the content is going to be me talking about a Pakistani woman's experience. मैं बात करना चाहती हूँ मैं बात करना चाहती हूँ कि हम जो the sort of foods we consume वो किस तरह वेरी करते हैं, हमारा relationship with gyms, कितना वो हमारी जो public spaces हैं वो कितनी friendly हैं, enough हैं for us to operate in or work effectively within gyms. And ये मैं सब इन चीज़ों के बारे में बात करना चाहती हूँ. So that's when I started Dear Body, and it was an educational audio podcast, and I worked on it rigorously for a period of 2 months, and then I started working full time. So it's been put to a halt, and I've been meaning to get back to it, but वहाँ पे essentially मैंने बात करना शुरू की थी कि किस तरह से आप navigate कर सकती हैं अपनी 20s as a Pakistani woman, when you even motherhood is something I talked about very dearly, because I've had so many friends who are mothers, and they've come up to me, they've thanked me for talking about certain subjects, जिस तरह की जिसमें postpartum आता है, जिसमें depression आ जाता है. There's so many subjects that are not touched upon for mothers, the sort of mental illnesses that are attached to them once they have a child or whilst in their pregnancy. So there have been vast topics that I've touched upon, which I felt were essential to talk about, so that women especially, do not feel alone. And I think I would like to also mention कि मैंने सिर्फ यहाँ पे औरतों के बारे में बात नहीं की. There are many times where I've talked about men as well, because I know कि हमारे society के अंदर manliness, womanhood, ये सब concepts कितने dangerously stereotyped हैं. किस तरह से मर्द को मर्दाना इनफ लगना बहुत ज़रूरी है. For him going to the gym, what does it look like for a man? Why is it that he can never be too thin for society? Why is it that a woman is too fat for the society. So I've made sure कि मेरा content gendered ना हो, where I'm simply talking about what it means to be a woman and navigate her 20s, but also what manliness could look like, what masculinity looks like for our society. So because like I said before कि a man isn't manly enough अगर उसके frail arms होंगे, if he has a tummy sticking out. तो यहाँ पे मैं ये भी स्पेसिफाई करना चाहूँगी क्योंकि लोग जो हैं when they look at a 1 minute reel, it breeds a lot of misconceptions within their hearts and minds. My purpose was never to promote looking a certain way. Okay, you can eat anything you want, you don't have to exercise. I'm not endorsing that lifestyle. I exercise as well, but at the same time, I want people to be conscious of their bodies. I do not promote the idea of looking at totkas online, looking at quick hacks to lose weight. I to stick to what looks good for you and your body. There are so many food items that might work for you, for instance, and they might not work for me. So I just want people at the end of the day to be conscious of what they put in their bodies. आप observe, अगर if you start observing very closely, you will understand के what food items your body is rejecting, what food items your body is accepting. Don't make your body go through certain things just for the sake of losing weight or gaining weight. आपकी बॉडी आपको बताएगी विजिबली, ऑब्जर्व इट कि ये खाना मेरे लिए काम नहीं कर रहा, ये एक्सरसाइज मेरे लिए काम नहीं कर रही. आई रिमेंबर देयर वाज अ टाइम व्हेन आई वुड डू एक्सेसिव कार्डियो एंड आई हेटेड इट. Let me emphasize, I hated it and my body did not enjoy it. And now when I do strength training, again busting the myths that women cannot lift weights, that is absolutely untrue. Women need to have their strength training sessions just as much as the next guy. So when I lift weights, when I do strength training, that works for me. I feel good mentally, I feel good physically. When I look at myself in the mirror, I feel good. Okay, yes, my arms are more firm. I like that. I like that my back looks different now, it looks more fit. So do what works for your body, listen to the voice inside you. ये सब कहने वाली बातें नहीं. These actually will mean something once you start observing closely.
Sarosh, thank you so much for sharing all of that. I think that is the perfect place to end for our listeners to have something to think about and get to know a little bit more about your work. And I'll be linking Sarosh's profile in the description below as well. So you should familiarize yourself with her work, watch her videos. If there's any questions that you have around this, you can always reach out to us. You can reach out to Sarosh. Educate yourself about your bodies, about the way that you're living in your bodies. Think about what that body means to you. It sounds cliche, but we really do only get one body to live in, and we should take care of it, we should be kind to it, and we should be kind to ourselves mentally and physically. And thank you so much, Sarosh, for this very healing, very wholesome conversation. I'm sure our listeners will benefit from it. And to our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in, and see you soon with our next episode.